Hello, my name is Ash, a counselor in training. This is my Relatable study podcast for individuals who need help studying for their NCE, CPCE, and other related counseling exams. I'm going to go through many questions from multiple resources and make the answers relatable to both you and me. So get your listening ears on and let's get studying. Describe Kohlberg's Stage 6 post-conventional level of moral development. In this stage, individuals have developed their own set of moral guidelines, which may or may not fit the law. The principles such as human rights, equality, and justice apply to everyone, and the individual must be prepared to act to defend these principles, even if it means going against the rest of society and paying for the consequences. This could mean disapproval or imprisonment, and Kohlberg believed that there are very few, if any, people have reached this stage, such as Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. An example would be a whistleblower that exposes corruption in a company, and recognizing the greater good outweighs the personal risk. A counselor who is seeing a client from a different culture would most likely expect blank social conformity than they would from a client from their own culture. A, less. B, more. C, the same. D, more realistic. The answer is A. The counselor who is seeing a client from a different culture would most likely expect less social conformity than they would from a client from his or her own culture. For example, someone from a different culture would perform what they feel is best in society, like at a park. They may practice Tai Chi or prayer out in the open and do not conform to society. What is an authoritarian, autocratic parenting style? An authoritarian, autocratic parenting style desire obedience without question and tend to do harsh punishments to use their power to make their children obey. And they are emotionally withdrawn from their children and enforce strict rules without discussing why the rules even exist. These children will tend to have low self-esteem and be more dependent and introverted with poor social skills. A majority of us have witnessed or experienced an authoritarian parenting style. When I was an adolescent, I had a friend who had authoritarian parents, and I could personally see how it was affecting this friend of mine, and I questioned the parents' authoritarian style of parenting, and I still think of how they are doing to this day. In terms of diagnosis, A client's behavior could be sane and appropriate in one culture, yet disturbed and bizarre in another. B, culture is irrelevant in children under 14. C, culture is an issue with males but not with females. D, culture is an issue with females but not with males. The answer is A. In terms of diagnosis, a client's behavior could be sane and appropriate in one culture, yet disturbed and bizarre in another. For example, cultures who do exorcism may look disturbing and bizarre to our culture as Americans, but could be completely sane and appropriate in their culture. What is an authoritative democratic parenting style? An authoritative democratic parenting style provides boundaries and expect obedience, but use love when they discipline. They often involve their children in deciding rules, consequences, and discuss the reasons for their decisions, but will still enforce the rules consistently. And they encourage independence and take each child's unique position seriously. And these children will tend to have higher self-esteem and good social skills and confidence in themselves. My parents used authoritative parenting styles with us, but with me and my siblings, we all turned out a little bit different because of our birth order. They were able to incorporate us into making the rules and the consequences based on the rules, and they expected obedience and used love when they disciplined, and they made sure that we understood the consequences of our actions. And that is all 5 questions. Thank you for listening. Keep calm and study on.